We are traveling across the US to collect cards for the original 151 Pokemon. However, to make this a challenge, we're collecting the original artwork for each Pokemon, meaning all the cards have to come from base set, jungle, or fossil. We can only buy 5 cards per store, so we're gonna have to visit a lot of places. So far, we've visited 4 cities and collected 93 out of 151 Pokemon cards. Our next stop is Chicago, Illinois. This is the Kanto Pokédex Challenge. Chicago is a big city with tons of things to do. Whether you love deep dish pizza, beautiful views of the city, or just a fan of Harry Potter, Chicago has something for everyone. So we're here in Chicago, Illinois for the 5th episode of the Kanto Pokédex Challenge. On top of the Willis Tower, as you can see, the views from up here are beautiful. However, we can't see the Pokemon cards up here, so let's head down there and see what we can find. Chicago's game shops are pretty spread out, and we're gonna be relying on public transportation, so we gotta be smart if we wanna hit every game store. Our first stop was inside of a mall, so let's go check it out. Our first stop appears to be inside of some sort of mall. Hopefully they'll have some vintage cards. There aren't a lot of shops here. No game this episode, but I do have a new backup. My wife, Cherry.
Hi, I'll try my best.
Try your best? All right. Apparently the store was on the 7th floor, so we took an express elevator all the way to the top. So we're having a little bit of trouble finding it. Maybe it's gonna be off in the corner here somewhere.
This place, to be honest, it seems like really empty in this section. And it says, closed!
Yeah, but this isn't the store we're looking for.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a painted penguin. Let's go look for a directory and find it.
Oh.
Apparently it wasn't up here, so we kept looking. After searching around the mall for a little longer, we finally found it. Gamers World. This was a big store filled with comics, memorabilia, and tons of cards. We saw a Pokemon sign outside of the store, so we felt very optimistic we would find some cards. We located the Pokemon section and found the Japanese jungle card, which got us very excited. I started looking through the bins, but unfortunately, it looked like all the vintage cards were in Japanese. They have some older stuff, but it seems to be all in Japanese. It's probably like the Spearow would have been perfect for us. We're actually missing the specific one, but not in Japanese. Despite them having a decent selection of One Piece and Magic, we left the store with nothing to add to our binder. So unfortunately, no look at our first stop, which is quite unfortunate because there aren't a lot of stores here. They had a few cards that would have been good for us, but unfortunately they weren't Japanese. So we're gonna have to keep looking and hopefully get really lucky in our next like 3 or 4 stops, because otherwise we might not get a lot of cards here in Chicago. It was a bit of a long bus ride to the next stop, but on the way there, we got a video message from our friend Brian from MBM Gaming.
Yo, Steven, bro, I got something for you, man. Last time you only got 3 cards for the 151 collection. You could get up to 5, so I got that 4th one for you. I got a base set Blastoise 2 for you.
Brian came up huge with that base set 2 Blastoise, as it's one of the 3 starters and one of the most expensive cards in the set. So we added Blastoise to the binder, bringing us up to 94 out of 151 Pokemon cards. Be sure to say thank you to Brian in the comment section, because that was huge. Now we have Venusaur and the big man himself, leaving only Charizard left. So we've been walking down this kind of residential area for a while, but now we're getting close to Spellbound Games, I believe was the name of the shop. It's here in a kind of a nicest area. Hopefully they're gonna have vintage cards. Unfortunately, no look at the first stop, but feeling very optimistic about this one. We quickly went inside, eager to add some cards to the binder. There were a lot of people here playing Magic the Gathering, but unfortunately when we walked up to the glass case, we only saw Magic cards. It's not looking good. Second stop and no cards. Fortunately, the guy was like, yeah, I have no Pokemon cards. I have like a couple of boxes, but all I had was like a holiday box. That's 2 stops down and no Pokemon cards. We have 2 more stops that I know for sure has stuff, so we're just gonna go to the next stop now and see what happens. The next stop was a nice subway ride down to the residential area of Chicago, followed by a quick scooter ride. All right, so just got off of this Lime scooter here to get to Good Games. Hopefully this place is gonna have the cards that we need. This is our 3rd stop here in Chicago, hopefully. Good Games Chicago featured a big playing area, and when I went to the front desk, I was pleased to see Pokemon cards in the glass case and the stack of binders full of Pokemon cards.
It's a big space.
Yes, it's a big space because this is probably a store that like has a lot of like competitions. See here, they even have a little board of where they play the games. Oh, well, they actually do Pokemon GG.
Look at those stuff. That's so cool.
Yeah, so this is something else. This is Warhammer. So what they do is they get these buildings, they put them here, and then they get the figures and they put them here, and then they play by rolling dice and measuring tape. It's pretty interesting. I want to apologize if you're a player of Warhammer and I completely butchered your game. I was just trying to help her understand what it is. If you want to tell me more about Warhammer, let me know in the comment section down below. Sorry. After checking out the rest of the store, I headed back to the front desk and started to look through the binders.
There's actually a lot of good cards. It's nice because we haven't had any luck. This is our third stop, and I'm glad that we're finally able to get something here. Jigglypuff's number 39. Metapod. So here, this is number 11. We need that. Another one here, I believe. Oh yes, the shoulder. Shoulder right here, number 90. Perfect. Vileplume, I believe we already have. I think Venomoth we're actually missing. Let's check. Right there? Yeah, Venomoth. So Venomoth is one of those cards that comes in foil and non-foil. We got the non-foil, so that's nice. Makes it a little cheaper. Duck Trio, I think we need 2. Yeah, we need Duck Trio as well. So we're gonna pull Duck Trio. Oh, Aerodactyl, we really need 2. This is a big one because, again, this is one of those that comes in foil and non-foil, and if we can get it in non-foil, it's going to be a lot cheaper than having to get it in foil later. There was one more card in the white binder, Gyarados, which is nice for $6. It says D, so I'm guessing it means that it's damaged, but it looks pretty good, honestly. For $6, I mean. So we do have too many cards now, and the rule is we can only get 5 cards per store, which sucks because all the other stores have had nothing. We can definitely get the bigger cards here. And then from these, maybe these. And then we'll take one of these. Which one do you think? Oh, here, I'll let you pick. Which one do you think we'll pick? Pick your favorite from these 3.
We take the shoulder.
Shoulder? Why shoulder over the other ones? You just like it? Just think it's cute?
I think it's cute.
All right, so we'll take the shoulder, the Venomoth, the Aerodactyl, Gyarados, and the Duck Trio.
We then added the 5 new cards to the binder, bringing us up to a total of 99 out of 151 Pokemon cards.
All right, so success. We were able to finally hit a store here in Chicago. I spoke to the store owner and he was telling me that inside of downtown Chicago, it's hard to find good card stores. Our next stop, he says, might not have it, so we're actually gonna skip it and go to our 5th stop, and hopefully they'll have cards there.
After a quick train ride, we arrived at our next stop.
So we're at the next stop, Chicagoland game, enter the Dyson Dojo. We're really running out of shops here, so we're really hoping that this place is gonna come out big. I see a lot of gaming logos. I don't see Pokemon up there. So we'll see what happens. So this back area here seems like it's like the board games and Warhammer stuff, so it's probably over there where there's a lot of people. We're gonna have to ask to see if they have anything. Yeah, we see a little bit of deck boxes and sleeves.
So maybe they have.
Maybe.
This is the sign that they have.
Oh, there's some stuff there.
We asked the store owner if they had any Pokemon cards, and he handed us a stack of binders. Let's see if we can find anything.
All right, so we're gonna look through some of these binders here. Hopefully see what they have. And I see some old stuff already. We got Lapras here, and we see Magneton, so that's good sign. Magneton I know we have for sure. Kangaskhan, I think we don't have. Nope, we have it. All right, $1 binder. Let's see what they got. So this looks like a lot of modern stuff. Machamp, but if you take a close look here, this is not the original Machamp. We already have Machamp, but this particular one is probably from Evolutions. Got 2016, it's XY Evolution, so no good. Keep looking. Fortunately, nothing here. $2 binder. Let's see what $2 can get us. Ooh, Flareon, I believe we need 136. Flareon. We got one. That's good. So we'll put them aside. All right, nothing else here. All right, so we got the $3 binder left. We only got one card so far, so we're gonna hope that we get something here. So this is here. All right, let's look. Raichu, but unfortunately, this is not the right Raichu. This is the right Raichu, but unfortunately, it's Evolution, so wrong. Hitmonchan, I know we have for sure. Is that it? Oh no. All right, so we just left Chicagoland Dice Dojo. They had a very limited amount of cards, but we were able to pick up one card, the Flareon. So yeah, let's add it to the binder.
We then added the 1 card to the binder, bringing us up to a total of 100 out of 151 Pokemon cards. It was starting to get late, so we decided to go to the last shop tomorrow. But on the way home, we stumbled upon the Harry Potter store here in Chicago. After getting in, we started to look around. You can basically buy anything you want Harry Potter here. We decided we wanted to try the butterbeer. Cherry had never tried it, so I wanted to see what she thought.
Try it out. Tell me what you think.
It's sweet.
It's sweet? You like it?
Yeah.
You have like a little mustache of, yeah.
That was a nice little break from visiting all the stores, but now back to the action.
All right, so this last card shop that we're heading to is pretty far away. We've taken a bus, a train, now another bus, plus a bunch of walking. It was a little far away, but we've been pretty unlucky so far in our journey. And this place, we called them and they guaranteed me that they had some vintage Pokemon cards. Now, however, they didn't tell me which cards they had, so it's possible
that they have cards and they're cards that we already have, but hopefully that's not the case because this place is really far. And it is our last stop, so hopefully we'll get lucky. Come on. After a few more rides, we stumbled upon an unbranded building. Luckily, Cherry noticed some magic cards on the window, and then the owner saw us and let us in. This was more of a warehouse than an actual storefront, as he told me that most of his orders came from online. In fact, he told me he was in the middle of packing 100 orders right now. He had a ton of magic cards, graded Pokemon cards, and a ton of singles.
Thankfully, the store owner was waiting for us, and because we called him, and he set up these little boxes here for us. And just this box right here looks like it has everything we need, as you can see here. It's a lot of vintage stuff, which is perfect for us.
We ended up taking Charmander, Charmeleon, Magikarp, Magmar, and Diglett.
All right, so successful stop, picked up 5 cards, and the store owner was great. He actually gave us the cards completely for free, which was really nice of him. And he actually told me an unfortunate story about how here in Chicago, like, he doesn't want to touch Pokemon because there's been a lot of Pokemon break-ins recently. And he says, yeah, man, if I carry like too much sealed Pokemon product, they might break into my store once they find out that I have it, and to avoid that, I just don't deal with Pokemon at all, which is really sad that that's happening here in Chicago, but yep, got another 5 cards. Definitely a lifesaver, to be honest, because before this, we only had like 6 cards, and that would have been really sucky, you know, came all the way to Chicago only to pick up 6 cards. So let's add these last 5 cards to the binder.
We then added the 5 cards to the binder, bringing us up to a total of 105 out of 151 Pokemon cards. Chicago ended up being a bit of a bust for vintage Pokemon cards, but even though we didn't get a lot of cards, we got a chance to see a bunch of cool stores and explore a new city. We picked up 12 cards, officially putting us at 105 out of 151 Pokemon cards, more than 2/3 of the way. We don't know where we're heading next, so be sure to let us know in the comment section down below if your city has a lot of card shops. It might just be our next stop. We're in the end game now, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
We can't see the Pokemon cards from up here, so let's head right to it.
Oh my god, that was terrifying! If you haven't seen the previous episode in this series, click here to watch them all. Trust me, they were all awesome, you don't want to miss it.